What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid and welcome back to my 100% playthrough for Final Fantasy II. We're on part number 15 right now and I have completed my grind. Just even Ricard ended up getting a little bit more health than I originally intended, but it's mainly due to the fact that Scott took forever to get his health up. One of the other things I've done as well is I've gone and got haste up to level 11 for Minwoo, and I've got berserk up to level 12 for Scott. Realistically, I could have took them up to level 16, but I honestly just didn't see the point in that. You know, like 11 and 12, more than enough for the purposes we need. So yeah, we're just gonna be keeping it at that for now. And of course, I am going to take this time to say a big thank you to all of my lovely Patreons. Guys, thank you all so much for the support. It really helps out a lot, and it does mean a lot as well. So big thank you to you. And of course, if you want to get your name on screen like these beautiful people, then go ahead and take a look at the Patreon link down below in the description. You could get yourself some goodies, including having a character named after you in Final Fantasy III, which honestly will probably be starting tomorrow, because this is probably going to be the last part for Final Fantasy II today. We should finish this off. Right, so as I mentioned, we've done our grinding, so I'm going to take the bottom right teleporter, which is going to take us to the very top of the Tower of Mysidia, which Minwoo already knows. This place, no it can't be. Yep, the Chamber of the Seal. I wonder if Minwoo is going to die again. The seal, yes. You mean Ultimate exists here too? Of course it does. I will not fail. I mean, how could you, like, not fail again? Like, you failed literally, well, from your perspective, you know, like, not long ago, and it even killed you, so why are you suddenly able to succeed? Makes no goddamn sense. But, this time we're not actually just going to get Ultima as a freebie, unfortunately. We are going to have to fight an optional boss for this, and said optional boss is actually going to be the Ultima weapon. Well, bye Minwoo. He died again, guys. He died again. Hang on, man. I'm alright. No. You should be dead. You should definitely be dead, buddy. I died once. That was my destiny. This time I lived. There must be some vital reason for our presence here after all. Yeah, probably not. Right, so just like before in the main game, there are 4 outer crystals, and when you interact with them, they do increase the stats of your characters. Granted, it's not really going to be, you know, any kind of massive increase or anything like that, but it is still going to be a fairly nice increase nonetheless. Look, guys, something is better than nothing, okay? Alright, so now that we've got the 4 outer crystals, let's go ahead and speak to the middle one. The crystal responds, Minwoo, White Wizard of Finn, art thou worthy of wielding the mightiest of spells? Hell yeah, I'm worthy. Right, so we're now up against the Ultima weapon. Now, Ultima weapon, he can hit kind of hard. Now, obviously, his normal blaze spell, not really anything to worry about, to be honest. But he does have some other nasty attacks, sadly. So what I'm going to do, straight off the bat, I'm going to set up haste and berserk on everybody, and then we're just gonna wail on him. But yeah, as you can see there, like even with a Masamune and haste, Joseph only actually did like 400 damage. It's really not a lot when you think about it. That's why Berserk is so important. And of course, as you saw as well, he did use Flare 16 on Scott, which hit like a goddamn truck. So what I'm actually going to do now is I'm actually just going to swap Minwoo over to spamming Cure every turn. It's like Scott, Joseph, and Ricard. They're more than enough to kill the Ultima weapon. Granted, most of my damage is actually coming from, you know, Joseph, but it's not a big deal. You know, it's like Ricard is still pretty strong as well. Ultima weapon is probably one of the easier of the of the bosses we're going to be fighting in Solar Rebirth, to be honest. Like, he does have some attacks that could be kind of dangerous, but for the vast majority of it, it's just physical attacks. Well, I say physical attacks. It's basically just the same attacks. Like, it doesn't really have a big attack repertoire, so you don't have to worry too much as long as you have, like, a nice chunk of health. So you can pretty much negate that fight entirely just by getting a ton of health. You don't really need to worry about defenses or statuses or anything like that for Ultima. The crystal responds, Minwu, White Wizard of Finn, thou hast shattered the seal and proven thy strength. I entrust to the Ultima, mightiest of spells. And there we go, we got the Ultima Tome. Now, unlike before, we don't just go north or anything like that to leave. We have to actually go back to the south. Back to the south, back to the other room, leave this room, and there's the teleporter. Alright, and with that, we've actually done another one of the optional areas. So, let's go ahead and move on to the last one. In fact, I'm going to heal first. But yeah, one of the things that I should probably mention as well, while I was grinding, I didn't actually do all the grinding in the Jade Passage. I did actually come up here eventually and do some grinding in this area. So we're not going to get a cutscene when we go in, but I will tell you what the cutscene was. And the main reason for that is you can get some really good gear from the enemies in this area. So as you can see right now, I've now got Cat Claws, Ribbon, Black Robe, Protect Ring on Minwu, and pretty much the same for Scott. All these pieces of equipment drop from the monsters in this area. So if I pull up the bestiary right now, well, there's Ultima Weapon. That's Ultima Stats if you wanted to take a look. But yeah, the main reason I wanted to grind in this area is because of this monster right here. So as you can see, it drops a boatload of gil. But more than that, it does drop some really good pieces of equipment like the Ribbon. Then we get the Cat Claws from the Chimera Brain. There are a few other monsters in there as well. They don't really drop anything too special though. Right, so we are now in the Unknown Palace, which, as you might have realized, it is just the same palace from previously. It's just Pandemonia. And of course, this is also reversed as well. Now, one of the big things I'm going to say here is, if you're going through this place, make sure... Oh, I can't take any more Aphis, never mind. But yeah, make sure you come in here with a ton of status immunity items. Like, seriously, you're going to need a lot of status immunity. Status cleansing items. A lot of the enemies in here are very, very brutal when it comes to using status effects, unfortunately. And of course, they also have like just a boatload of stats. So they are gonna hit like a truck. Like this, well, Pandemonium in general compared to Jade Passage is simply like it's a difference between heaven and hell. You know, it is literally that big of a difference in terms of difficulty. Jade Passage, incredibly simple. That's an area where, realistically, you should definitely grind your characters since, well, you know, I mean, typically, you wouldn't actually come out of the main game with them being as strong as mine were with, like, Genji equipment and that. So, typically, you are supposed to grind a ton in the Jade Passage before you come here. Because this is, well, it is literally the hardest area in the game. And as you can see right now, like we've even got things like Black Dragons just being a random encounter, man. I'm gonna have to set up Haste and Berserk for this, unfortunately. Otherwise, he's just going to have too much health without it. There we go. Yeah, another 15,000 gil. In fact, I think the Black Dragon can drop something really good. Let's take a look. See, Black Dragon, Dragon Armor and Holy Lance. Yeah, there we go. So it's Holy Lance and Dragon Shield that he can drop. I knew we could drop a couple of good pieces, but that's actually the, well, I've already full of that, it seems, so let's sort that. You know, actually, I'm going to top up my MP there. But yeah, as you can see, the enemies that we're going to be fighting in here, not the simplest of things, unfortunately. Things can be kind of difficult. So you definitely want to do a big grind before you tackle this area. It is by far the hardest area in the game. There is a ton of different enemies in this section as well, and depending on what floor you're on and what section of the floor you're on, they can be different. For example, as you can see right now, I didn't fight the gold dragon or the black dragon before, and the reason for that is I actually stayed near the teleporter on the first floor. So you are going to be fighting quite a few different enemies here, unfortunately. But as I say, they do all give like really, really good equipment. So it's not a loss at the end of the day. It is going to come in very, very helpful for you for sure. Oh, we got another set of Genji Gloves. Yeah, I completely forgot. You actually get another set of Genji gear in here. So I'm going to take the Protect Ring off for the Genji Gloves for Scott. Just because Scott actually has the lowest health. So he's going to be the one getting the new set of Genji equipment, basically. For the Masamune, I will probably still... Oh, we got a Yoichi's bow. Damn, nice. But yeah, for Scott, I will probably just give him the Genji equipment and the Masamune, because I want to keep Minwoo available for, you know, like attacking, for buffing and healing purposes, basically. So we're just gonna leave Scott alone. Right, so we do have another 4 cursed doorways, unfortunately. Oh, another black dragon? Seriously? God damn it. Alright, so let's use Berserk again, just to try and speed this up. Come on, dragon. Ooh, see, he hit Minwoo like a truck, man. He hit Minwoo like a truck. It's just a shame I don't have the blood sword. It's like, I do kind of wish I brought the blood sword through with me now, but you know, it is what it is, really, unfortunately. Not much can be done about it. Oh, Dark Behemoth. But yeah, we're gonna actually start fighting a ton of optional bosses in just a second as well. Right after we get all of the lovely hidden treasure in this place, though. Oops, wrong way. It's this wall that's invisible. Oh, Chaos Riders. I think these drop really good equipment as well, actually. Let's see. Chaos Rider. I'm fairly sure they do. Dark Behemoth. I mean, he does drop a Yuichi's bow and a twist headband, so that's not too bad. Chaos Rider. Yeah, so they drop rune axes and diamond gear, so it's not too bad. I really just realised my best way is actually very nearly complete. Right, so there is the Wyvron Lance, and again, another black dragon. The Wyvron Lance is technically the best weapon for Ricard. It's like his unique weapon, so to speak. But it's still not as good as the Masamune, unfortunately. So we're not going to change to it. I will show its stats off, though, I think. God! And Wyvern Lance. So as you can see, it's 144 attack. So even though it is worse than the Masamune, it's only a tiny bit worse. So, you know, if you don't have Masamunes or anything like that, just feel free to throw the Wyvern Lance on, and you're not really going to be at any kind of loss, you know. Right, let's see if I can remember where all the backwards doors are in reverse. I think I should be okay. Should be anyway. Because one of the things that I did actually do after, I think it was part 12, I went back through Pandemonium and looking for like all the new hidden doors, because I found a bunch that I'd never found before. So I'm hoping I can still remember where they are. But we will see. We will see. Right, there should be the Masamune. Nope, Wild Rose, never mind. And we have a boss battle, an optional boss battle against Lucifer. So, as you might have noticed, we are obviously the opposite of Hell, which means rather than fighting a demon like in the original Pandemonia, we fight an angel this time. Unfortunately, difficulty-wise, not really that much. You know, like, there's not really much difficulty there, other than the fact she does heal herself. With, you know, like, kind of doing massive damage to you in the process. As you saw, you know, Minwoo took, like, 3,000 damage, man. Which is a hell of a lot. Right, so, the equipment that we just got, the Wild Rose, is a weapon for Scott. So So if we come on down there, it is the Wild Rose, a sword of unmatched power inscribed with the mark of the rose. Now, I don't have another Masamune at this point, so I'm actually going to equip that to Scott. And we're going to heal as well, actually, for safety purposes. It's always better to be careful, okay? It's always a lot better to be careful. Right, with that said, though, we can now leave this place. Well, I say we can leave this place. We can't leave that easily, unfortunately. I'm just wondering, can I get back into that area? No, I can't. I've got to... Yeah, I've got to go through the other door, unfortunately. Ooh, Marlboros, man. You don't want to come up against them, that's for sure. Right. Yeah, and then it's top right here, go down, and then there's a left hole at the bottom of here, I think. Time on, try and remember all these hidden passages is so annoying. Especially because, like, you have to try and work it out in your head that they're reversed. Not that easy, to be honest. Not that easy at all. But yeah, once we go into the next doorway, we can get that other treasure chest that we just saw. Obviously, though, the area is, the area is reversed, so we're not actually going to take the third door in a minute, because that would be the one that takes us to the correct area. We're going to take the fourth door instead, right after we take that little shortcut to get the Stardust Rod, which is going to be Minwu's best weapon. Oops, actually, I need Haste and Berserk here. So, this is Yamatano Orochi. This guy, I mean... He's a little interesting in the fact that he can be difficult, but it can also be kind of easy at the same time. Like, it honestly really depends on how much preparation you do before you come into Pandemonia for how difficult this fight is. If you come in with, sort of like I am with the gear and the weapons and that, it's not going to be too bad. But if you don't have really high defense, his physical attacks will actually do a ton of damage. Right, with that though, we have a new weapon for Minwu, the Stardust Rod. A rod alight with the power of stars. Let's go ahead and equip that. Even though my staff is only level 5, it is okay. Right, and with that we can now move on to the next area. Right, after I murder all these guys. I've got to be careful of Minwu's health though, because he is getting low, and likewise, he is also getting low on MP. Although we did just actually get a Sunblade drop. That's not a bad drop. The Sunblade is a really, really nice sword, to be honest. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Right, let's use some ethers. I want to get my MP back. It's like one of the things you really don't want to happen in this dungeon is you absolutely do not want to run out of MP. Like, you really, really don't want to run out of MP in this dungeon, unfortunately. Right, let's go. Let's go, go, go. Sleep tome. Oh, man, I don't want sleep tomes. Sleep tomes are boring, dude. They're boring. Right, now, where are the hidden passageways on this floor? Well, another ribbon, which I don't really need, but I do want to fight the steel giants, the good old iron giant. And as you can see, really high defense. Ideally, you're meant to really, like, just decimate this guy with magic. But because I have Joseph and Ricard with Masamune's, I'm going to skip that and just wail on him, with physical attacks. Normally, though, I would suggest using things like Flare and Ultima. And with that, we get the Excalibur. Now, I think the Excalibur can actually be equipped by anybody. Yeah, the Excalibur can indeed be equipped by anybody. But we're not going to equip that, unfortunately, because it's not really as good as we would like, Right, with that, we can actually move on now. So, we're going to go into the second door from the left, or the third from the right, which is going to be the door we need to actually advance. Now, let's go. Let's go, go, go. I'm just trying to think, where are the treasure chests? The only treasure chest should actually be in the middle, I think. Yeah, it's only the one in the middle. So I can just take this shortcut, and voila. Alright. Oh my god, man. Full inventory sucks. Braces. Wait, what were the braces again? Well, either way, we're fighting Beelzebub 2.0. This time it's just his soul, though. Don't know how his soul got here, you know, considering he is a demon. Although I guess if you actually look into Beelzebub's lore, I think he was actually originally an angel. Oh man, of all the items, we got a Hermes sandal. That sucks, dude. That sucks so bad. Right, with that, we can move on to the next floor, and we're now actually approaching pretty much the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. God damn it. Final area. There we go. Look, I got there in the end, okay, guys? My mind is just not working. But yeah, we are approaching the final area now. Which does, of course, mean we have fought nearly every monster. I did miss a few in my bestie, like, even though my bestie is 92%. I did miss a couple of early ones, which are impossible to find now, you know, because you had to find these before doing the Mysidia Tower. I've pretty much found every enemy after Mysidia Tower, apart from, you know, like 1 or 2. But honestly, even without trying to do the bestiary, it seems like I actually made a pretty good dent in it, to be honest. But then again, the bestiary, you know, it's really not that hard in FF2. It's like, you pretty much just have to run everywhere and slaughtering things. Right, so we did get a Genji Helm there, but I'm not actually going to equip that on Scott. And the reason for that is I want to keep the ribbon on Scott to protect him from status effects. Just because with his health being a little low, it's much better to, you know, defend him from some really nasty things that could really end up being a major pain. You know, like paralyze, poison, and things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna completely leave the Genji Helm alone for now. Right, second to last area. We're nearly done, guys. We're nearly done. And this time we're gonna go to the bottom. It's like I could have done it. Oh my god, these hiccups. I could have done it the same way we did it previously. In fact, I'm gonna equip the Aegis Seal though. Yeah, I could have done it the same way we did it previously, where, you know, like, I go to the top chest first. This time I just feel like a change, so we're just gonna get the bottom one first instead. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Alright, and there's the final piece of Genji equipment, which I am going to equip on Scott, just for the more defense. It does lower his evasion, but that's fine. Alright, let's go. We're all set now. We are all set, because it is going to be the time now for the final boss battle. And of course, because the area is measured in this square, we're not going to go all the way to the bottom left, we're going to go all the way to the bottom right. Now, once again, I am going to completely heal for this fight, just like I did in the main game. One thing to note, however, is this fight is the hardest fight in the game. Like, seriously, do not think I'm joking with that. This is by far the hardest fight in the game. So, let's go. Let's go. Here we are, man. Oh, come on, dude. I just finished healing. Well, at least they didn't get a turn, so it's okay. And there we go. The Emperor. Only for some reason, he's kind of an angel this time. Welcome, holy warriors. The Emperor. But not the Emperor you have come to know. He is somehow different from the creature I fought. You must permit me to apologize for his indiscretions. Primal's companions did indeed defeat me. I died once at their hands. Then came the rift, the split between the light half and the dark. A light half? Yes, my dark half plummeted to hell, where he gained his foul power. There, he became the master of Pandemonium. And this isn't Pandemonium. Though they look alike, you now stand in Araboth, Palace of the Heavens. The passage you thought was Jade is in fact Rakia, realm of fallen angels. Angels who have sinned are twisted into beasts and cast out into its depths. I found myself here and became Lord of Araboth. As for you, Minwu, who forfeited your life to lift the seal of Ultima. Scott, who fell defending the remote Cashuan Keep. Joseph, crushed by a falling boulder in Borgen's trap. And Ricard, the last dragoon who sacrificed himself to my dark half. You who lost your lives fighting the Empire, it was I who brought you here. Yeah, why, buddy? To beg your forgiveness, of course. I don't think that's what you're gonna do. The good must pay penance for the deeds of the wicked, and I mean to. You want us to forgive you? Yeah, he's got some nerve, man. I expected you to say it much. Reluctance to forgive has long been a human failing. It is in man's nature to sin, yet you answer sin with violence upon violence. Yeah, I mean, who cares if it's a sin? I'm still going to kick your ass. Forgive me and you shall have life eternal. You can live in this paradise for all time. I mean, the paradise is literally full of monsters. How is it a paradise? I had to fight my way here. But yeah, eternal life in paradise does sound kind of tempting, doesn't it, when you think about it? Again, I offer my apologies for the discourtesies committed by my dark half. Now you must forgive me. I'm so not forgiving you. Ricard! Daddy! Do not be fooled. Kind of impressive how they got here, to be honest. Look, they still continue the struggle. Like I was so weak, dude. 500 damage and using Holy? Come on, bro. And look at those stats, dude. Look at those stats. I was way stronger than that. Although Moop wasn't. Like, the games actually give Moop a nice little boost, to be honest. The games really give Moop a nice little boost in stats there. Of course he misses, though. Moop, you're useless even in the dream world, bro. God damn it. Oh man, look at that. Only 100 with Cure 16. Just so you all know, by the way, this is completely automated. I have no control over this. Ultima only doing 700 damage? Dude, that Furion has super low level magic with his Ultima. I'm gonna be a Dragoon. Good for you, Kane. Don't worry about me. You are the pride of Kashyyyk, my brother. Never give up. You can do no less. See, the Emperor was lying to us, man. He was lying to us. He was trying to trick us. Don't know why, but, you know, it is what it is. Why do you hesitate? Do you not desire eternal life? I didn't come this far to dishonor myself now. Let's just kill the Master of Heaven. Foolish man. If you will not have eternal life, I will give you eternal suffering. So much for being an angel, dude. Like, so much for being an angel. Right, okay. So what I'm going to do straight off the bat is, of course, haste and berserk. And then we're going to have Joseph and Ricard attacking. But right after this, I'm also going to set up some defense with Minwoo. And then after I've got the defense set up, I'm actually going to start spam healing with Minwoo as well. Because unfortunately, this guy hits pretty damn hard. Like, pretty damn hard indeed. It's like, as you just saw, he used Starfall 16. In the main game, the Emperor only used Starfall 10. I think all of this version of the Emperor's attacks are actually... what's the word? I think they're all level 16. Why did I brain force? I'm trying to think of that then. But yeah, so I'm going to set Barrier, Protect, and Blink up just for, you know, that little bit of extra protection. And then we'll start murdering. At least with Joseph and Ricard, like, it really shouldn't be that bad, to be honest. Especially with the defenses set up, we should be able to kill it rather easily. Should be able to anyway. Right, let's get Blink up, and now we can wail on him. As long as this Blink hits everyone anyway. Which it did. Okay, sweet, so we can just wail on him. Oh, I think Berserk fell off. Maybe Berserk fell off, or maybe it was Haste. Either way, I'm going to cast them both again. Get haste set up on everybody and berserk up on everybody again. Alright, come on, Ricard. You've got haste and berserk here, buddy. Deal some huge damage. Also, one thing to note is you can actually like super cheese this boss if you wanted to. If you actually bring the blood sword from the main game through on, you know, like Minwoo, Joseph, or Ricard, it will actually, well, I'm saying that only Ricard can like bring it through. Oh, dude, Dispel, seriously, god damn it. Okay, missed Minwoo though, thankfully. But yeah, if you bring the blood sword through on Ricard, the blood sword will hit the Emperor for honestly anywhere from like 2,000 to 6,000 damage a hit. The Emperor is incredibly weak to the blood sword, and you don't even need haste or berserk for it either. But we didn't need that because the Emperor is defeated. And there we go, guys. That is Soul of Rebirth completed for Final Fantasy II, which does mark the completion of this 100% playthrough. Which does, of course, mean we are going to be moving on to Final Fantasy III tomorrow with a little twist. And if you want to know what that twist is, then, well, you better watch tomorrow's video, hadn't you? But though, guys, I am going to end the commentary right now. Please feel free to enjoy the rest of the ending, and I do hope you've enjoyed this video as well. If you have, then please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, so you don't miss out on this Final Fantasy marathon that we are running through right now. With that said though, everybody, enjoy the rest of the ending, and I will see you later.